had a long and successful reign.
Okay, so where are we now? Where are we going? Why is it telling me that... What? Hang on. Find Father Simon. How am I supposed to... Quest log. Find Father Simon. Okay, so he's all the way over there.
Yeah. 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 I'll slay you, you scum. Knees, have you? Damn!
Come here.
I'll have you. Kurwa! Christ!
Move that, move that, move that. My horse can't carry anymore, are you sure? Oh, really?
Yeah. One back up one. As me.
Quick, quick, quick.
Let go.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Why do I run out of... I mean, it might be because I'm weighted down, but that still doesn't mean anything. The only thing I hate about games is when you get attacked at the wrong fucking times. Like, you get attacked when you don't want to get into any altercations with anybody. All you're trying to do is go from A to B. But when you kind of looking for a bit of a fight or something like that, or you're up for it or whatever, nowhere to be seen. Now, I could quite easily have continued on my horse and not stopped, but then I would probably lose out on many things that I could get from the bodies, and it's the reason why I stopped to fight. But having the opportunity to not fight at all because there's no one there to fight would have been better. Especially when your fucking energy runs out so fucking quickly now. Hold up. I've just realised. Is it because of my vitality? You run slower but keep it up for longer. You run faster but tire later. You bleed slower. Okay, that we could do with. If you overeat or get hungry, you can dispel hunger. After beating your first opponent. Yeah, I might have to spend a fucking hour, half an hour to an hour of just getting that up. So that I can, you know, because I'm on 5. I roughly want it to be at least up to 10 more to feel, you know, like at least I've got something. But Oh shoot. Okay, I've got horse skill. Can I do anything with that? What can I do? If your horse is wounded, it will run faster. Your horse will be extremely skittish in storms, but will shy less in other weather. Increase your chances of staying in the saddle if an opponent tries to unhorse you. At the moment, I would say that's probably my best bet out of the ones, because why did I get my bow out for? And I just realised I've still got this fucking torch. At some point I do need to go off and investigate those. But I don't really want to do that until I start the actual DLC, because I think it will come in handy. But towards that, I'd rather like work towards getting the horse and the gear via the method that I've already like started up,
To heal, mutt.
and then like follow the guide in order to do what we need to do there, and then hopefully go from there. If you know what I mean.
Good God. What happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it.
Will you stop telling me about how I
I'm
look
looking for the
and
priest,
just tell
Father
me what
Simon,
I need to know?
and I heard you might know of him.
Simon, what do you want him for?
What else would I want him
I want
for?
to talk to him. That's all you need to know.
For a lad who wants information, you aren't being too civil about asking. Very well. What is it you want to know?
Where can I find him? He's said to be wandering around here somewhere.
I heard that too, and I'm inclined to believe it, even though I haven't seen him myself.
How come?
After our poor Mary went to her rest, we used some of the money he'd paid us to put a cross up by the roadside. And lately, there's been wreaths of comfrey turning up next to it. I don't take them there, nor my husband neither.
You think Simon does?
Who knows? Maybe it's a miracle. I could believe anything. But there's not been fresh ones for a while, so perhaps he's moved on elsewhere again.
I see.
Went on between.
What went on between Simon and your daughter?
Nothing that hasn't happened before. Our Mary was his housemaid in Skalitz. She was pretty, very pretty. And he was young, and so things went the way they do between comely young
I hope he
folk.
doesn't say my
She
name
came back
like
home one
that,
day,
because that
heavy
will
with
freak me
child.
out. Like in real life, the way he just says Simon, it just
That
sounds
must have been
weird.
quite a scandal.
My husband was furious. He ran around the cottage brandishing an axe and yelling that he'd kill him. The neighbours wagged their tongues a bit, but in the end I was happy the girl was taken care of. The priest was generous with his compensation. Only she never had the chance to hold that babe in her arms. She didn't live through the birth.
I'm very sorry.
Such is a woman's lot in life. Men die in battle, and women in the arms of the midwife.
And what happened to Simon?
The poor man, he took it the worst. He was sure God's wrath smote Mary for her fornication.
The Bible does say it's a terrible sin.
Well, I'm not fit to judge, and the ways of the Lord are strange. He was overflowing with grief. He barely spoke, didn't eat, refused to take a new housemaid. And then, one fine day, the presbytery was deserted. It took a good season before another priest came along.
Can you tell me where that cross is?
Certainly. There are settling tanks for the mines to the west of Skalitz. On the hill above them in the woods, there are several...
All right, thanks. What went on
Nothing that hasn't happened before. She was pretty, very pretty. And he was young, and so things went the...
That must have been quite a scandal.
My husband was furious. Only she never...
I'm very sorry.
Such is a...
And what happened to Simon?
the poor man.
That's rubbish. People lie together out of wedlock all the time. And God never smites them down.
That's just what I told him. But it's hardly my place to lecture a priest. And who knows? Maybe he was right. The Lord moves in mysterious ways. He was... Fine day. The presbyter... It took a good season before another priest came along.
I'll be going.
Very good then.
I'll tell him.
Take care.
What? Greetings.
It may sound strange, but I'm looking for Simon, the priest.
Father Simon? I last saw him when he was paying me damages. That was back when Mary was still with us. If you want to know something, ask the wife. I don't have the time or the will to talk about that man.
I understand. Thank you.
God be with you. What?
Why does he keep saying what like that? It's fucking freaking me out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's confusing is how people in the neighbouring village, like in Rovna, why they would all still be there. Like, wouldn't if a threat like that happened, plus the church being burnt or whatever the thing being burnt, wouldn't they fucking all get out of the area as and seek refuge? I don't understand why there are people that are like very close to Skalitz still. Like it makes no sense. Like, don't get me wrong, there's other places that are just as close, but I just don't understand why fucking why people there are people still in Rovna, and it just seems too close to me. Like where I live, there's places like Gloucester and Cheltenham, and if something big time happened in Gloucester and the threat was very real and there was a war that was going on, maybe a small war, not like a world war or anything like that, but a war battle of same proportions as maybe what happened in Tewkesbury back in the days, then and Tewkesbury's also in the United Kingdom too, basically with the War of the Roses, people would get out of Dodge. People, I just don't think that there'd be, I think it depends on how close the place is, but if it's almost like literally down the road, not that far away at all, that the risk is a lot greater. And to me, I'd rather be near like fucking guards and shit like that than completely open to fucking being fucking murdered in my fucking sleep, mate. And that's what fucking scares me. Not scares me, but that's what confuses me rather. Just makes no sense. Like why there would be like people still living in Rovna. Like, you know, people on farmland as well, like farming and shit. Like, who the hell are they going to be farming to? Nobody from Skalitz is going to be going there because they're all bloody, most of them are dead and the rest of them fled to other places. Like, I don't think anybody from Rattay or you know, anyone else was going to go to them. So they're going to be left like working with no bloody customers. It just, I don't know. Maybe it was an oversight. You know, maybe possibly. I don't know. I just don't see how it could be. Makes no sense at all. And I just realised, is my mic working? I muted myself yesterday. 2 seconds. No, I keep clicking on that. Where's Twitch? Right. Having to do everything with one hand sometimes is annoying. Oh, okay, we're alright then. I can't even turn myself down now. Hello? Right, there we are. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I mean. That just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like waffling on about stuff, but you know, I don't know. I just know that, like, between, you know, maybe, you know, Cheltenham and Tewkesbury or something like that, like, if something big went down in Tewkesbury, that Cheltenham would, you know, like, what? Did I just hear someone shout for help? Did I just hear someone shout for help? I swear I did.
This must be that cross. Mary's mother was right. Someone did lay flowers here recently.
Maybe I heard a dog bark.
I should have a look around and see if there's comfrey growing anywhere nearby.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I've come for the priest. Simon.
There's no one here called that.
There is. Do you take me for a fool?
All right. Maybe there is someone here. What of it? We're not going anywhere.
I think you should talk less and move your legs more.
And why is that? You think you've got what it takes to beat us?
I might. But it doesn't matter, because I saw you yesterday, and then stopped by Talmberg to report. So, unless you'd rather wait for Sir Divish's Captain Robard, you should go now.
Shit. All right, we'll go. How far are they?
Far enough still. If you run, I'm sure you'll get away.
Right. Thanks for the warning.
Are you all right?
Yes, I think so. Oh, what happened to those wretches?
They're skulking around here somewhere.
Good God! Couldn't you scare them off somehow? I'm afraid they'll be back.
I'll see what I can do.
Just don't hurt anyone.
I just did, didn't I? Unless I was meant to.
Oh, thank you, my son. I was beginning to fear I'd never get out of here alive.
They didn't look dangerous. The only thing at risk was your possessions.
I know, poor fools. But I was afraid they'd leave me here. What would I have done then? And to whom do I owe my salvation?
My name's Henry. You may remember me. I'm the son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
Your face does seem familiar. But listen, Henry, I can't help feeling you didn't stumble across me by accident.
It's true. I've come to ask a favour of you.
Me? What on earth could I do for you?
I need you to go back to St. James. The folk there need spiritual guidance. Skalitz has a burned-out shell, and many have died in St. James. They need a priest. Any priest.
I understand, but I have to disappoint you. I gave up my calling. Instead, I've given myself over to repentance.
I know your story, Father.
Then you know what I'm guilty of.
Yes, and I don't want to try to make light of it. Your conscience is your own affair, but I know that deep down you're a good man.
You don't know what you're saying. You don't know me.
But I know what you did. Many priests break God's commandments willy-nilly and aren't the least ashamed.
That doesn't absolve me of my sins. God's law is set, no matter how often it's violated.
You're certainly right, but the people need you. And forgive me for being blunt, but while you can leave the presbytery if you choose, it doesn't absolve you of your duty to Christian folk.
But I'm a sinner. I'm not fit to guide anyone. I'm unworthy to do so.
Priests, bishops, monks, abbots, they're all sinners. Even the Holy Father himself is a sinner. You've done your penance, and now your people need you.
You're probably right. It is my duty. At least for a time, until they find someone better.
I don't think they'll find anyone better in a hurry.
All right. I'll take what I can carry and go back to St. James.
Thank you. Your parishioners will be very grateful. I need help with treatment.
And what's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing. But Philip from Skalitz is dying. He's lying in Sasau and won't last long.
Slowly now. What happened to him?
Nobody knows much. He's not wounded, but I heard he was hiding from the Cumans for days in a pile of carcasses.
The Lord have mercy. The living should never lie with the dead. His intestines must be purged, but even then he's in God's hands.
How do I clean his intestines?
It might surprise you, but you'll have to give him alcoholic spirits. The purest you can get your hands on. The best is distilled from Artemisia. It'll make him a bit delirious, but it'll help. I'll show you how to prepare it.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I found you a priest.
Really? That's wonderful news. Who is it?
The former parish priest of St. James. I persuaded him to return to live among you, at least for a while.
So you found him?
Yes, he was roaming the woods around here.
Thank God. You'll see. Once there's a priest, people will soon be back.
I hope so.
I've put together a small sum for a new piece. So I thought a portion should definitely go to you, as a reward.
Thanks. That'll come in handy.
You're welcome. The main thing is, we'll have a man of God here with us.
So, farewell to you. And I hope he gets here soon. Just don't you let him run off again.
I'll keep an eye on him myself. Godspeed to you, Henry, and thank you for your help. Take care.
How do I do that then? Oh, hang on 2 minutes, I need to